Twin Farm sits on 300 acres of idyllic Vermont countryside, just 1.5 hours outside of Burlington. From its charming standalone cottages, the endless array of activity, and its always fresh farm-to-table menu, it's everybody's New England dream come true. It's local and it's low-key, but it finds itself on the bucket list of many. And it's certainly an Indagare favorite hotel. I'm excited to bring you along for a garden and farm tour around the property with executive chef Nathan Rich and explore where the food actually comes from at Twin Farms. I'm here today with Chef Nate and Farm Manager Emma Bartlett, and we are going to have a garden tour. And then a little bit later, Chef Nate is going to take us to one of the other local purveyors who provides some of the wonderful ingredients that he uses in his kitchen.
We're glad you're here. We're looking forward to showing you around the farm. Emma is the organizer of all this amazing product here, but we'd love to start off in the hoop house first. So we'll take you there. So we're in our peak season right now. We have some beautiful tomatoes.
We do have about 125 tomato plants in here, so some heirlooms on the side, lots of slicers and cherries. And we do try to grow as many cucumbers and peppers as we can fit on the sides as well, just because we have such a short growing season here and the high tunnel keeps the plants nice and warm for longer.
We have the coolest cucumbers. You have to come check them out. Look at these little guys.
Oh my gosh, is that fully grown?
Yeah.
He's miniature.
Here, try it.
These are called pepquinos, or Mexican mouse melons, so it's just a little sour bite.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
And I've never seen these before.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Behind Chef Nathan, we have some scarlet runner beans, which are an edible flower that tastes just like peas. They're pretty good to try.
These ones here?
Yeah, so they snap right off, and you actually just grow them for the flower, not the bean. It's surprising.
That's really good.
Yeah, so we do grow a lot of edible flowers here that we use to garnish our pastry and
A lot of the dishes.
all the dishes, yeah.
Yeah, so excellent. Well, let's head out to see the rest of the farm. There's a lot to
Great.
see. So we have several different sections of the farm that Emma takes care of and her team. We have up in the back, we have some beautiful raspberries that grow and strawberries in that upper section there. We have a whole section of herbs, a lot of different stuff going on. But
Yeah.
we can definitely show you around and show you some of the different varieties.
So 2 or 3 of our fields are very similar. So this is what we call our triangle field. We have this one and a large one on top that's our rectangle field, and then one on the side over here that we grow mostly all the same things. It's a lot of different stuff, but within the fields they're the same. And we do a ton of greens as well, which you'll see up on the top. A lot of our perennials are up on the side, and it just makes it a little easier to manage. So this is our pergola, where our herb garden and edible flower garden is located. The majority of the herbs, I would say, this time of year that the kitchen uses comes from these boxes. This is some lemon thyme that I just transplanted today.
This is pretty cool if you try it. But pick a little tiny piece. It tastes like lemon.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's delicious
neat.
too.
This
So
is
what do
all-
you do with this in the kitchen?
Sometimes pastry, or we'll put it in with seafood dishes. Like if we base scallops,
Okay.
nice scallops, then it gives like a tiny bit of lemon flavor in when we finish it with the butter and the lemon thyme.
One of our chefs also uses all the flowers, so I cut these purple flowers and he pairs it with some of the chamomile and some raspberry leaves.
This is also a really nice area. We do picnics up here for our guests, so they'll come have a picnic lunch underneath the pergola. Obviously, it's nice to hang out in the garden in the afternoon.
So this is the rectangle.
I call it
Field,
the
is that what
rectangle
you said?
field, yeah, just for simplicity. We have a lot of similar crops up here as we do down below, but I do grow a lot of my greens here as well. As you can see below the remay. The remay keeps flea beetles out, which are a pest that just pummels our greens, makes them very holey. But yeah, so we've got lettuce, kale.
We're able to produce amazing, beautiful salads, and this is one of my favorite mixes right here. We have a mustard green mix, red frill and green frill mustard, but you can try. But we use this quite a bit in our lettuce mixes.
It's really mustardy.
Yeah.
And it's partially because of the season. A lot of the greens get very spicy in the heat, and then on the shoulder season, so fall and spring, they have a lot more sugar in them, so they'll be a little sweeter.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the spiciest time of year for these greens.
I mean, this tastes a little bit like arugula dipped in Dijon
Yeah,
mustard.
exactly.
I mean, it's really spicy.
We also have the apiary up here. So we have 3 apiaries. This was the first one that we started. And in our first year when we did it, we had 1 cup of honey. And now we're up to 700 pounds of honey. We have 3 different apiaries. One of them's a mile away, and then the other one is about 3 miles away. And it's used throughout the hotel. We also work with Bar Hill Gin, where we do a specific barrel-aged gin that's finished with the honey. That's just for Twin Farms. So it's really, it's pretty special, and we're able to do quite a bit of stuff with the apiary, and they help out the garden, of course.
So this is the Seedling House we're headed to.
Okay.
It's where we start most of our seeds in the spring. We start all the seeds up here, and then a few months later, when they're a few inches tall, we'll get to transplant them outside. So they have a little bit of a head start.
So it sounds like you don't get a break in the winter.
There's a brief one. We don't have too much in here, but we do get to fill some space up with some microgreens and pea and fava shoots that we grow for the kitchen. So these are all used for garnishes. As you can see, I've got lots and lots of different varieties going, and they use the pea greens as garnishes and salad mix as well. And the plan for the winter is to be growing some herbs and hopefully edible flowers in here as well, since it is a heated space. So behind you I have started some of the herbs we'll use for the winter, as well as some experimental ginger. But other than that, this space gets a break for the summer months, which is pretty nice.
So we have one more section to show you.
Okay. And let me guess, it isn't going to have to do with plants.
We're going to show you the chickens.
Oh, good. So how do the guests usually get to visit the garden or interact with what it is you're doing, Emma?
That is a great question. We love to get the guests out here as much as we can. So we have a few tours scheduled every week. We call them tours, but we also encourage them to get involved. I love to have tasks set up for them.
Okay.
It's my way of using them as well to get some weeding done. But guests love to come see what we're doing out in the garden, and they love to talk about their own gardens. So we get to show them what we're doing. Dave is also our beekeeper, and he does a bee tour every week. So guests will come out, and this man knows more about bees than you could ever imagine. I don't know anyone who knows more about anything. So guests get to come ask questions of him about what he does. Another thing we do is progressive farm lunches. So we do farm lunches that basically are centered upon our produce exclusively. The chefs will come collect stuff in the morning, and then we'll set up a lunch. It kind of makes its way progressively through the property and then ends there for the final course, where they get to sit and oftentimes eat with the chefs in the garden. And this happens to be one of the guests' favorite things to see. Guests are always asking for me to take pictures of the chickens, of them holding chickens. So I think we need to string them up on the coop or something.
It's kind of like a chicken photo booth.
Yeah. So generally I like to move the birds once a week, so they have fresh grass to forage. They also do get some grain to supplement it, and they get a lot of scraps from the kitchen. As you can see, these girls spend their day foraging and eating scraps, and in return we get lots of beautiful eggs.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you guys for giving us a great garden tour, and I'm going to have to leave all of you in Chef Nate's capable hands. He's going to take us to another purveyor. And Emma, thank you for the tour. It was great being with both of you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we're going to head to Hilo Farm next and visit Tim, who produces some amazing products for us.
Great.
Thanks. So we finished up, and you were able to see our farm at Twin Farms. We're really glad to be with Tim from Hilo Farm. I wanted to showcase some of the products that we received from Tim, and he's going to tell us all about it.
So behind us here, we have our broiler chickens that we raised for Nathan. All of the animals here on the farm are grown outside in the sunshine. Our chickens can roam around and scratch for bugs and do the things that chickens really love to do. We raise them for about 10 weeks, and then we process them here on farm and bring them up to the kitchen. Our broiler chickens here on the next hill is our flock of about 500 laying hens, which give us eggs to supply for the kitchen as well.
One of my favorite things at Twin Farms is when our guests arrive, they always tell us that our chicken tastes so amazing because of the way that they're raised, and it's natural and they're free range out here in this amazing landscape. So you want to check out the pigs next?
Yeah, let's head on.
All right,
up
let's
here.
head this way.
We've got a group of our sows here. We've got 5 or 6 sows and a boar in here and a young litter. Those piglets are about 4 weeks old at the moment. Just like our chickens, all of our pork is raised outside where they can enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the mud, do the things that pigs like to do naturally. They're not cooped up in a barn all day. We have a closed herd, so all the piglets are born here and they live out their entire lives here. And we get sunshine, they get the best available feed we can get from the local mill up in Bethel.
We support Tim and his farm and his family quite a bit. We buy about 12 pigs a year, which, I don't know, what do they weigh on average, Tim?
When they get finished, they're 250 pounds or so. These sows behind us are, the biggest ones are 600, 700 pounds.
Yeah, we're really proud to support the local community, and we also have lambs that are up in the upper field here, and we get like 6 or 8 lambs. We actually have a lot of people that come to the hotel and just introduce themselves. It's a great community, and that's how we build these relationships with the farms. And we've been working with Tim for how many years now?
Well, it's been 5 years since day one for our farm, and
Yeah.
so the support that Twin Farms has shown us has been incredible, and it's helping us grow the best food we can possibly grow and get it into the hands of a really talented culinary staff who can bring out the best in the whole process.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Nathan.
And we really hope that you've gained some knowledge from this and insight about Twin Farms. We look forward to welcoming you to the property, and until next time, till we get to meet in person. Thank you.